reflection on what we did yesterday with Woman Evolve. Yesterday was a really good day. Dr. Anita Phillips presented a really good sermon on mommy trauma. And a lot of us don't realize how much certain things that affect our lives come out in different areas of our lives, such as, in anger, isolation, just in different ways. You're either going to be black or white, pretty much never none in between. So when I think about all of the things that she said yesterday and how confirmation really came from what she was talking about, it really made me think about my year as a whole. This year I've been very intentional in regards to the things that I've done, the people that I'm around, the places that I go, just not and it's been in my overall life, not just in my personal life. So from a business standpoint, from my personal life and from a physical and emotional place, I've been very intentional. So yesterday was a good day for confirmation on what it was that I had been doing. You just think sometimes you're just going and going and going, and you don't really know why you're going or why you're doing certain things. You just do it. As a counselor, I realized that, hey, we all have things that we need to work on. And my belief is that God allows those things to manifest itself in a way that He's going to let you know when it's time for you to start dropping off those bags. And I think over this past year, I was able to allow some of those bags to fall off, and in a positive way. I was able to see things for what they really are and versus what I thought they were. So yesterday was a really good day. When I go to conferences, I always tell people I typically go and I really go and I go with an empty cup. I go with an empty cup because I know that I've done everything that I possibly could do for myself at this point, and I really need to have my cup refilled. See, I'm the type of person that is constantly doing for other people, and I really don't typically get a lot of help in return. And I think that's a lot because of me and my personality. I'm not really good with receiving in any form or fashion. So at the end of the day, when I think about how things are happening for me, it's the things that I've allowed to happen in my own life. So I've allowed a season of reciprocity. I've allowed the healing for myself to begin. I've went and did the inner work and thought about some of the deep things that I deal with on a day-to-day basis. Um, and I try to not allow those that are needy to attach themselves to me anymore. I find myself being that person that gravitate to those that need me, quote unquote. And because I want to always help, I'm always trying to fix and do things to make people feel better. Well, what I realize is that me doing those things have always allowed me to, as the more I did those things, the more I realized that my cup was depleting. It was slowly dissolving all of its contents. So when I think about me, I'm 46 years old. So just think about 46 years of, well, I'm going to deduct 16 from it, okay? Because I've been doing this since I was 16 years old, because I had to take on this role as a parent, as an adult at an early age. And because of it, this is what I do. And so I had that mindset that at the end of the day, I don't want you giving me anything because I don't need you going back talking about it. I don't need you talking about what you did for me because that was my trauma. It was my mom didn't have things and she needed lots of things. She needed people to support her. She needed people to help her. She needed people to do things for her because she didn't have the necessary tools to do it herself. Well, what ended up happening for me is that I took on that role of being that person of always helping because no one helped my mom. And we were the ones to suffer in the process. And me being the oldest, I watched it all. So yesterday was a really, really good day. I'm glad that I was able to attend and I am looking forward to today because again, like I said, when I go to these conferences, I go with an empty cup and I never know what I'm going to get out of it. So yesterday it was a really fulfilling day and I really think my cup was really poured into and I received every word that she gave. And I was so excited to leave with that word because it validated me. It really validated me in a way that, girl, I told you I was talking to you. I told you just keep going. And that's what I did.